Good morning, Paul. It's Friday, the 6th of January. Here's a heads-up briefing for today.
Excellent. Thanks. Go ahead.
In Indonesia, hundreds of people will demonstrate in Muara Enim in South Sumatra today. It's against a paper pulp mill company, which laid off security guards unilaterally. The protesters are calling on the company to take responsibility and reinstate the workers with the wages.
You know which company it was?
I can find the details for you, Paul, after this.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Indonesia's Energy and Mineral Resources Ministry approved two production sharing agreements yesterday. This is for oil and gas production in the offshore northwest Aceh area and the offshore southwest Aceh area. The production sharing...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
The sharing agreements will allow private firms exploration rights for 30 years, Paul.
Okay. All right. I want to look into that a little bit deeper. It says production sharing, but then you've said exploration. It seems to be a bit of a contradiction there. So just clarify that after this call, please.
Yes.
This is quite a sensitive area, obviously, politically, so I'm very interested in this.
Sure, Paul. We'll get back to you after this. In Malaysia, there was apparently an attempt by the opposition in the Sabah Assembly to try to take over the government and change the chief minister. Now, this is despite the recent general elections, which were supposed to stabilize governments. So it's more of the same in Malaysia.
Was this take over the central government or take over the Sabah government? It's not clear.
Sabah government, Paul.
Okay, thank you.
In Thailand, there's a bit of confusion after authorities said that travelers need to show COVID vaccination proof or negative test to enter. Different officials have said different things, and it's unclear if and when this will be implemented at the moment, Paul.
And is this actually pertaining only to people coming from China, or is it a general confusion about coming from anywhere?
There's a general confusion about coming from anywhere. The health minister, Anutin, said it's not specific to people from China.
Okay, thank you.
In Papua New Guinea, two tribes in Enga province have agreed to lay down weapons and stop fighting. Tribal violence between these two groups have resulted in the deaths of over 200 people since last year, according to local media.
Well, that's only going to be a temporary truce, I can assure you of that, because this has been going on for 10,000 years, this conflict. Okay, and what about in South Asia?
Right, Paul. In South Asia, in Pakistan, it's more of the same. It's several terrorist-related developments, including attacks. Interestingly, in Afghanistan, the Taliban government signed an oil production agreement with a Chinese company yesterday. The agreement was signed for the oil exploration and extraction in a basin in northern Afghanistan that is estimated to hold about 87 million barrels.
Yep.
Lastly, Paul,
okay,
in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa regions, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has called on Russian forces to observe a 36-hour ceasefire for Orthodox Christmas, which starts tomorrow. Ukraine has responded, saying that this is just a trick to stop Ukrainian advances and to give time for Russia to resupply. So it said it will not adhere to this. Ukraine is getting more military support from Germany and the U.S. as per deals announced yesterday and today.
Okay, thank you.
Lastly, Paul, the British government is set to introduce a new anti-strike law. Now, this comes in response to the various public sector strikes over the last few months. It's expected to be introduced in Parliament over the coming weeks, and it covers the health, rail, education, fire, and border security sectors.
Okay, interesting. The most advanced democracy banning strikes. A touch of irony in that. Okay, thanks very much, Uday. Good brief.
That's it from me, Paul. Anything from you?
No, nothing from me. Thank you.
Thanks.